Ian, great to have you with us this morning as well. Some great news. You're part of the Virgin team as well. Also great news about the audio description and sign language going on in the matches tonight. Why is that? Listen, I'm sure a lot of people know of your story, but can you give us a brief idea of why this is important for people, and something you've been advocating for?
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, credit firstly to Guinness Virgin Media for piloting this last year. So we trialled it with a couple of Irish games this year, and we're continuing it for this year's championship. And I suppose, people with a visual impairment, blind or deaf, it equates to near, 500,000 people in Ireland, which is sort of bonkers to think, that amount of people. Yeah. So essentially it's just, giving an opportunity for people who have never maybe been into rugby, they can finally tune in, or people who, cruelly their sight or their hearing has been impaired as time has gone on or due to a sudden accident, they can still experience rugby to the best of the ability. So, it's very exciting. Myself and Stu, who works here, in Virgin Media, we're doing the audio descriptive stuff, and we are tired after every game because it is literally, we are describing everything. If a player has a certain bandage, colour of a scrum cap, anything like that, we're trying to give as clear a picture as possible.
And alongside that, there will be Irish Sign Language going on again for 500,000 people that might have been excluded, as you said, from this before. To be, I have to say, fair play. I really do think this is unbelievable because sport is about everybody. From your story, people mightn't know, but you might never have gotten to play. You ended up playing for Italy because you had to wear goggles, and goggles hadn't been allowed originally in the league, and this was because of your eye. Yeah, I mean, my friends are sick and tired at the story at this stage, that I will ever just give over. I mean, it's what's happened has happened. But yeah, I suppose, I mean, it's... I suppose what the biggest point of my story, I hope, is that you can sort of break down barriers and show that sport is a great tool for people to come together and you work together. And I suppose I was very fortunate to have a great group of people around me that helped me get to international level. We won't talk, of course, about any Italy victories because they didn't really happen when I was there, But this is a really brilliant thing now that people can tune in, and that they hopefully feel part of the experience. And it's wonderful to be able to deliver that.
Well, Italy are going to be a team to look out for this year. Now, they have a couple of injuries going into it as well. But let's talk about Ireland against France this weekend. We're talking about some of the players that are missing, some of the players that are coming in. The odds are very much stacked against this Irish team. What way do you see it going?
Well, Andy Farrell loves adversity, doesn't he? So I think he would pick or choose maybe to have 12 or 13 players off.
I don't know now.
Well, maybe not against France, but certainly I think in some ways Ireland might come out of it, maybe a little bit better in terms of looking at players that they mightn't necessarily have thought of. But listen, as the game is this evening, it is going to be an extremely difficult game when you're going in.
Did you get to play in the Stade de France with Italy?
No, it was in the Velodrome. We got shifted around a little bit, maybe to the smaller
It's a
stadium.
tough place to play if things aren't going your way. If the French crowd get up in, I mean, if Ireland don't start well, or there's a few early set pieces and the French team get on top of them, it could be a long night. It's
weird because I was, everyone's analysis when they're sitting around having an old pint, and there was people sitting at a table the other night going, "Oh, I think we'll be, second from the bottom." All this sort of stuff that's starting to come out. And I mentioned to you that article that was written by Gordon Darcy the other day about how we've gotten so apocalyptic in talking about Ireland, where previously it was like we're number one in the world. There appears to have been a switch, and obviously the provinces they're at very different levels these days. It's all bringing into this sort of mood around the Irish rugby team we haven't heard of in quite a while.
Yeah, I think there's huge question marks going into this game, but I suppose you still have to look at some of the players that are on that Irish team. You think of Dan Sheehan, Caelan Doris, all these guys. These are world-class operators. Yes, they're going to be up against it. On the other side of it, France are, haven't picked some of their more experienced players. You think of Penno and Aldrit and Gail Ficou, and then obviously Dupont, probably the greatest player of the professional era, is there. He's going to add.
But is that a bit worrying because they're like, we don't need to put out those players against Ireland?
Well, I don't know if it's the case. It's just they have such, we have four teams. They have 20 in between two divisions. They just have such strength and depth.
Yeah, the top 14, and then beneath that, the numbers are just
What way do you see it going?
Unfortunately, I see it going
for goodness sake.
Les Bleus.
What way do you see it going?
Allez les Bleus, with Italy, you mean, of course.
How do you see it
going? I see Ireland staging an absolutely monumental performance and coming out with their heads held high, but I think it could be a difficult day at the office.
That doesn't happen, do you have to shave your beard?
No, absolutely not. I think it's making me look a bit more French. What do you think? Look, Ian's able to pull it off.
I don't know, the greys are starting to come now.
Superman over there.
Distinguished.
Salt and pepper.
Ian, thank you so much for coming in this morning. Ian is here. He's going to be tonight. You're working tonight. It's Virgin Media and Guinness Live audio description, and the Irish Sign Language is coverage across the championship for the games that we have on Virgin Media. It's absolutely brilliant. I know you're going to be wrecked tonight because it's a lot of work. Thank you so much for joining us.
Appreciate it. Thank you.